Hello, and welcome to another update video about Solana. Here on the Solana chart, the market is currently working on a sideways corrective pattern, I would say. However, this could be bullish. This could follow the yellow scenario, absolutely, which would be short-term bullish. But it has a lot to prove. I will tell you in this video what I want to see to basically confirm further that the yellow scenario is unfolding. For those who haven't watched the last videos and who are not up to date with what's going on here. First of all, it's important to understand what is the underlying pattern. What's the underlying pattern here? Because a lot of people get too focused on the microstructures and then they get frustrated when there's another low or when there's not another low, even though it's just important to understand what's the stable element on the chart, what's the underlying pattern that guides us. And then within that underlying pattern, there are, of course, different pathways the market could take. But as long as the overall pattern still shows upside, really everything on the smallest time frame could be considered noise. Of course, there are levels we can watch on the smallest time frames, but please note the very short-term patterns, they are always very fragile. So don't get too surprised if there are any changes on the 30-minute chart, basically. But what really matters at the moment is that there is probably a wave 4 low in place here. That wave 4 bottomed on the 13th of January. We're now on in a larger fifth wave up, and it is an ABC structure. So the A wave element topped on the 19th of January. The B wave might indeed have bottomed on the 27th, and now we could be working on a C wave up, which should, as per previous updates, reach the area around $360 plus. Yeah, I haven't actually labeled the C wave, should do that. Just place it here for now. So that would be wave C to the upside, no question mark. Yeah, but it can take a little while for this to play out. The main question is, of course, is this C wave already unfolding or not? I can tell you that just visually, there is no evidence for it. There is no evidence for it, and therefore we have to keep the door open for one more low in wave 5 of C of white wave B. So that it just means, these are just two patterns here. One allows for the interpretation that the B wave is bottomed. The other one tells us that, okay, if certain levels break, one more low is going to happen. But no need to panic, because it would most likely just be another extension in that B wave. And the B wave is valid, and that's how much space we have to give it anyway, is valid all the way down to $190. Technically, it could even go lower, but, we can only talk about probabilities here. So from a statistical point of view, that B wave pullback that started here after the price topped on the 19th of January can technically extend down to $190 without changing probabilities overall for the bullish scenario, in any significant way. But below $190, especially if there is a sustained break below $190, well, that would then open the door to more bearish interpretations, of course. And it would indicate that, we have to consider alternatives and more bearish options potentially. So, but that's at the moment only the alternative. The preferred scenario is that the price will hold this support area at $190. Now the question is, have we bottomed already? I mean, it already reached one of these fib levels of that box here at $223. But the reaction to that low is not impulsive. Now, it doesn't have to be impulsive necessarily. I mean, we're in the late stages of a larger bull run, right? So things are going to get choppy. Things are going to get messy. So it's not always going to be easy to confirm something quickly because the impulsiveness of the move is just not there. So if we zoom in a little bit, definitely possible this is a B wave low, and this was wave 1, wave 2, A, B, C. If you're trading that, there is a support area here, and I can tell you that a sustained break below $227 would open the door for the white fifth wave to the downside to develop. At the moment, I could see this here as yellow wave B, and as long as it's holding this upper micro support, and again, this is only relevant on the smallest time frame. It's only a very small support area. It's not relevant in the bigger picture, but I can tell you that it helps us to distinguish between the yellow and the white scenarios. So any break below $227 would open the door to one more low, possibly in the region between $209 to $190 then. So that would be another opportunity then maybe to find a position, It's up to you if you do that, but that could be an opportunity if the market forms one more low. Here, though, there is a realistic chance it turns around, starts wave C, but it would take a break above the green signal line to confirm it further, and that would be a break above the $244 level. Then the focus will shift to the next upside targets, $256, $262. But you can see this is really the smallest time frame. So whether we get another low or not doesn't really matter for the overall bullish scenario. But yeah, if you're following the microstructures, it does matter. But then we have clear levels. I mean, nobody's got the crystal ball, but we have very clearly defined parameters in place, and they are all set, and they also haven't changed since yesterday. So $190, very important support. $209 seems to be a reasonable target if we get one more low. There are a couple of levels that are overlapping there. If it holds, as long as it holds above 227, we could give the bulls the benefit of the doubt, but probabilities are not very clear until all 5 waves form. That's the update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.